After getting back together with my ex, I no longer clung to him the way I used to. He didn't need to report his schedule to me, nor did he need to set a password on his phone. I remained gentle, considerate, and obedient to him in every way. Even when I found a lipstick stain on the collar of his shirt, I kindly washed it off for him. Sam's face darkened. "Why aren't you asking whose lipstick stain that is?" I gently interrupted him. "But, didn't you say that women who get jealous for no reason are annoying?" He froze. Chapter 1. When Sam came back, I was lying on the bed reading. He was reeking of alcohol and took off his clothes before heading into the bathroom to shower. As usual, I picked up his clothes to tidy them. Right then, I found a lipstick mark on the collar of his shirt. Sam came out of the bathroom at that exact moment. He saw me standing still, holding his shirt, his handsome brows furrowed tightly. Sam pinched the bridge of his nose, looking impatient. "The lipstick is Fiona's. She drank too much because she helped me block a few rounds of alcohol." I reached out to support her. She lost her balance and smeared her lipstick on my collar. Seeing that I didn't respond, Sam raised his voice. "There's really nothing between us. She's just my assistant. She helped me drink that much. It's only right for me to support her. If I really had anything going on with her, I wouldn't have gotten back together with you." The more he talked, the angrier he became, his chest rising and falling violently. Sam pulled out his phone. "How many times do I have to say it before you believe me?" "Fine. Check my phone. Call her. Ask her what kind of relationship we have." I tilted my head and gently cut him off. "I never said I didn't believe you. I'm not angry." Sam's voice instantly stopped. The rest of his words stuck in his throat. "Then, why aren't you saying anything?" I smiled at him. "You didn't give me a chance to talk." Chapter 2. Sam reached out and pulled me into his arms. Even his tone became soft and damp. "Alicia, I'm sorry. I thought you were angry." "I'm not angry." Sensing the coldness in my voice, he turned my body to face him. His burning kiss fell again, as if trying desperately to prove something. After a long while, he let go of me. His breathing had turned heavy. "Alicia, I want you." I turned my head, avoiding his next move. I grabbed the clothes and ran into the bathroom. "I have to wash these first. If the lipstick stain isn't cleaned quickly, it'll set in and never come out." Sam's hand froze midair. "Alicia, why don't you like being intimate with me anymore?" I rubbed soap onto the fabric without looking up. "Didn't you say before that we were like brothers? That touching me felt like touching your own right hand?" As soon as I said that, Sam's expression darkened instantly. He walked over and hugged me again. "That was something stupid I said back then. You actually believed it. All right. I know you're upset. It's my fault. From now on, whenever I attend social events, I'll keep my distance from other women." Seeing that I still didn't respond, he suddenly said very seriously, "Alicia, let's get married." Chapter 3. Sam and I had been together since college. We studied together, worked together. We agreed that once we saved $1 million, we'd get married. But when our savings reached $990,000, my mother was hospitalized. I took out the bank card and said, "Let's withdraw the money." But he held down my hand and said, "Let's wait a bit longer." Later, I found out he used that money to pay the down payment for Lily. Lily was his sworn sister. I grew up with Lily. She's getting married now. Just short $500,000 for the down payment. How could I just watch and do nothing? "Alicia, why are you so cold-hearted? It's not like she won't pay it back." But I hadn't said anything. All I did was ask where the money went. And yet he lashed out at me like I was the villain. I just wanted to talk it through with him, lend part of it to Lily, and use the rest for my mom's treatment. A perfectly reasonable plan died on my lips. I couldn't get a single word out. That day, I stood alone in our empty rented apartment, counting the leftover coins in the drawer, and suddenly, I laughed. "So even the sworn sibling you grew up with could be gifted your marriage as a token of friendship." Chapter 4. Fortunately, it turned out my mother had been misdiagnosed. After staying a week in the hospital, she was discharged. Lily got the money, bought her house, and got married, and I broke up with Sam. 3 years after the breakup, Sam parachuted into my life as my direct boss. He pursued me fiercely, standing above me like a superior. He reused every single method he once used as a student to chase me. Eventually, our old flame rekindled. Maybe I just wanted to give my youth a proper ending. So I got back together with him. Chapter 5. Sam walked up to me. He kissed my ear intimately, then slid a diamond ring onto my finger. Let's get married, Alicia. Remember how we said we'd get married when we saved $1 million? Well, now I've saved several millions. I froze. Was that supposed to be a proposal? Last time he proposed, he abandoned me because of Lily. Back then, we were only 10,000 short of our 1 million goal. He and his bros had meticulously arranged the whole proposal scene. Crystal chandeliers I liked. Pink balloons I liked. Flamingos I liked. It was all so beautiful. They tricked me into showing up. His buddies and the bystanders egged me on. With each shout of "marry him," my face grew redder and redder. But in the end, I never saw Sam show up. I stood there alone on the stage, turning from the one being blessed into a laughingstock. Later I learned, just as he was about to walk on stage with the ring in hand, he got a call from Lily. She said someone was following her. He hung up, turned around and left. Didn't even have time to explain to me. I laughed at myself silently. Back then, I was heartbroken beyond words. But now, I feel nothing. I glanced at the ring and said softly, "There's no rush. I haven't made up my mind yet." I truly hadn't decided if I wanted to marry him. After all, I'm about to go abroad. I've received an offer from a foreign university. All my documents are done. The flight is next month. Chapter 6. Sam's eyes dimmed. I'm sorry, Alicia. Are you still mad about what happened before? It was all my fault. I deserve 1,000 cuts. I just beg for your forgiveness. He was sincerely apologizing, and he genuinely felt guilty toward me. Sam's beautiful eyes were already filled with tears. I gently wiped them away. I'm not angry anymore. I wasn't lying. I truly wasn't angry. All those past events inside me could no longer stir up any emotion. Chapter 7. Sam and I were together for 5 years. How did we end up like this? Was Lily really the trigger? I admit, she definitely played a part. Lily was Sam's neighbor. They grew up together. Since childhood, Lily had been following behind Sam like a shadow. Sam joked that Lily was his sworn sister. I don't see Lily that way. If I really wanted something with her, we would have gotten together ages ago. Lily would laugh hysterically. Don't worry, sis. I'm not into Sam either. I've seen him without underwear. We're way too familiar. There's no way I'd make a move. After I started dating Sam, Lily kept showing up in every corner of my life. Whenever we went on dates, Lily's calls would always come through. Noticing my unhappiness, Sam frowned. Alicia, why are you always being so jealous for no reason? It's really exhausting. When Sam went out drinking with his bros, I'd call him at 11 p.m. to urge him to come home. He'd get upset. Alicia, why are you so controlling? Our phone passwords were each other's birthdays. Sometimes I'd use his phone to look something up. He'd get irritated. Alicia, I need some personal space too. You know? Because of Lily, he abandoned me again and again. His bros even gave me nicknames behind my back. They called Lily the White Moonlight, and me the stand-in. I forced myself to understand his point of view. I forced myself to believe Sam, to believe they were innocent, that he saw her only as a friend. The final blow was when Sam used the money we'd saved for our wedding without telling me. He didn't even discuss it with me in advance. When he got home, I brought up the breakup. Sam's face instantly changed, but he remained calm, like an outsider. I just helped a friend out. It's not like she's not paying it back. Do you really have to be this angry? Alicia, I've been busy all day. I don't feel like arguing. Can't you just be a little more understanding? No guilt, no explanation. He was even angrier than I was. All my long suppressed emotions exploded. Let's break up. I slammed the door and walked out. And that time, he didn't come after me. Chapter 8. Later on, it was the typical cliché of meeting again and reuniting. 3 years later, he had completely shed his youthful greenness and grown into a polished, suit-wearing rising star in the business world. When he parachuted into our company, All the female colleagues were gossiping about him. Single, never married, clean private life, 8-pack abs, tall and sharp-nosed bridge. I stayed silent. Everything about him had nothing to do with me anymore, until Sam summoned me to his CEO office again and again. At first, it was just to sort out a few contracts, then to grind coffee for him, then to water the money tree in his office. And when he really ran out of excuses, he asked me to repair the central air conditioner in his office. I said helplessly, "Boss, I'm the assistant to the CEO's office. I can help you with many things, but repairing the air conditioner should really be done by a technician. Do you need me to call someone for you?" My expression was cold. My tone was calm and slow. Sam finally broke. He stepped closer and closer until his superior aura pushed me against the wall. Then he suddenly lowered his head, like a puppy wagging its tail, begging its owner for a pat. "Alicia, do you really not remember me?" Chapter 9. After that, Sam began his 6-month-long siege of relentless pursuit. Finally, under his overwhelming advances, we slept together. I admit that at that moment, it felt as if I had gone back in time, back to that shabby rented apartment years ago. I touched his brows and eyes. "Sam, once we save $1 million, can we get married?" Sam caught my wandering hand. "Okay, whatever you say." But now, with the engagement ring held out in front of me, why is it that my heart feels absolutely nothing? Chapter 10. After getting back together with Sam, he seemed like a completely different person. He started updating me on his whereabouts in real time, even though I couldn't care less. His phone would appear in front of me for no reason, and then Sam would casually say, "Alicia, help me find Victor in my contacts and send him a message." There was absolutely no need for me to send Victor anything, and whatever I sent wasn't important anyway. Sometimes it was literally just an emoji. Of course I understood Sam's intention. He was giving me a legitimate excuse to look through his phone. But every time, I completed the task he assigned with full seriousness, and I never looked at anything else. He also mentioned Lily from time to time, even though I never brought her up. She's married now. Her kid is old enough to run errands. I haven't contacted her in ages. All those people from our old circle, none of us keep in touch anymore. My circle now is just you, Alicia. In bed, he was more energetic than ever, as if desperately trying to prove something. Prove that he was still capable. Prove that his skills had improved. He had investigated me during the 3 years we were apart. At my family's urging, I went on one blind date, then briefly dated the guy for 2 months. We both silently understood that it was just to appease our families, so nothing happened between us. But Sam seemed to care a lot. He would bring up that blind date from time to time. Was he better looking than me? Made more money than me? Was he more capable than me? Did he love you more than I do? And at that moment, I found it ridiculous. Back then, I was the one without security. Now, it's him. Chapter 11. Once again, he had worn me out until 3 in the morning. Sam fell into a deep sleep. The engagement ring he had just proposed with was left on the nightstand. And his own ring, he wore it on his finger. Looks like this time, he really does want to marry me. But I don't want to anymore. As my thoughts drifted aimlessly, Sam suddenly mumbled in his sleep, "Alicia. Alicia, don't leave me." He frowned, his hands fumbling for something. I held his hand. "I'm here." Once he completely quieted down, I thought, if we're going to break up, I should make it official. Chapter 12. The next day, I went to the office. Suddenly, gossip came from the break room. "Do you guys know why our parachuted CEO never got married?" "Why?" I turned my ear slightly to listen. A colleague whispered mysteriously, "Because he has an idealized first love he could never get." Unfortunately, she got married. Everyone sighed. "Wow, the CEO is so devoted?" The colleague continued, "But that white moonlight recently got divorced. I took my son to the hospital last night. Guess who I saw?" A photo was shown to everyone. Lily holding her daughter's hand, and Sam standing at the counter paying the bill. The moment his ideal girl got divorced, the boss rushed to show up for her. You have to admit, he's both loyal and affectionate. Everyone turned to look at me. Sorry, Alicia. We used to think you were secretly involved with the boss. We wrongly accused you. I gave an awkward smile. It's fine. That's right. To avoid affecting work. Sam and I had kept our relationship completely hidden. No one at the company knew. Their attention went back to the photo. Don't you think they look perfect together? Yeah, except that she's divorced and has a kid. Oh my God. Doesn't that just make her story even more irresistible? Stop, I'm already shipping this couple so hard. Last night, Sam did come home later than usual. As always, he reported it to me. Alicia, I've got something tonight. I'll be home a bit late, probably around 9. Be good. Eat dinner first. Don't wait for me. I didn't ask him what he was doing, and he didn't tell me. I was stunned for a second, seeing him with Lily, and yet my heart felt absolutely nothing. Finally, I was indifferent. I had originally planned to officially break up with him, but now that I think about it, maybe there's no need. After all, he's so busy helping someone else take care of her daughter. Chapter 13. Our relationship returned to its usual routine. He worked every day, went home, the same 2-point life. So did I. Let these last days pass peacefully. But our life was interrupted again by Lily. 2 days later, Lily contacted me. She asked to meet in the cafe. Lily had changed a lot. She had cut her hair short. Her figure had become thin, and the light in her eyes was gone. It seemed her marriage wasn't as happy as Sam had described. Long time no see, Alicia. She reached out her hand to me. I politely responded. Long time no see. Call her auntie, Lily instructed her daughter. The little girl glared at me with sudden hostility. I don't want to, Mom. Is this the auntie who stole Sam Dad from you? Lily let out an awkward laugh. Sorry. Children speak without understanding. She sent her daughter to play in the inflatable castle next door. Then she continued speaking to me. I heard you and Sam got back together. I'm really happy for you too. I always thought you were a great match. It was such a pity you didn't get married back then. I'm really jealous you guys finally made it. Not like me, who ended up divorced. Then she shifted the topic. By the way, I got divorced. But I don't understand anything about those procedures, property agreements, custody rights. I don't know the first thing about them. Sam helped me handle everything. He's just such a warm-hearted person. One phone call and he came running. Lily looked at me, gauging my reaction. You're not mad, right, Alicia? I mean nothing by it. I just really don't understand those things. And I don't have any friends to help, so I could only rely on Sam. Although her words sounded apologetic, every sentence was a provocation. She sipped her coffee, her eyes slanted, trying to catch any trace of emotion on my face. Unfortunately, there was none. I merely looked at her calmly. That's good, as long as everything's settled. Sensing my indifference, Lily continued. And 2 days ago, Sophia got sick. She was terrified of injections and wouldn't listen to anyone except Sam. I had no choice but to ask Sam to take Sophia to the hospital. Don't worry. He only took her to get a shot. And I told him he didn't have to go. That we shouldn't spoil children like that. But Sam insisted. I really couldn't stop him. So I asked you out today. You really should tell Sam not to indulge the child like that. I stirred the cup in my hand. All right, I'll tell him. Just as I finished speaking, my phone rang. Lily immediately saw the name. Sam. She stared at me with triumphant amusement. Why aren't you answering? I put down the spoon and immediately picked up the phone. Hi, Sam. I'm at the cafe downstairs from the office. Yes. Lily asked me out today. I'm having coffee with her. It's nothing. She just mentioned that you helped her handle the divorce paperwork and took her daughter to the doctor. Before I finished speaking, he hung up abruptly. I blinked, stunned, then let out a helpless smile. Haha. He's still so impulsive. Lily, don't mind him. Chapter 14. 2 minutes later. Sam showed up at the cafe entrance, drenched in sweat. Sophia, playing on the slide at the door, immediately spotted him. The girl ran to him affectionately and hugged his arm. Sam Daddy, why are you here? Did you come to see my mom? Sam's expression stiffened. He quickly pushed the girl away. Call me uncle. I'm not Sam Daddy. Sam lifted his head and saw me inside the cafe. His expression grew even darker, like a child who had done something wrong. He timidly sat down beside me. Alicia. I was just about to explain. Lily's husband cheated on her and was violent, so they got divorced. I covered my mouth. Oh, that's serious? Then yes, she should have divorced. Sam continued explaining. The divorce was urgent. If we didn't finalize the paperwork quickly, her husband would have transferred all the marital assets away. I happened to have a lawyer friend, so I helped with the process. I took a bite of bread. I see. Then it makes sense to hurry. I waved. Waiter. Another Americano. Please. I wasn't really listening to him. I turned around and ordered a coffee for him. Hot. Cold drinks are bad for your stomach. Sam's face darkened further. Panic suddenly surged in his chest. The Alicia in front of him felt like a stranger, because on her face, Sam couldn't see a single trace of emotion. When the topic concerned Lily, Alicia reacted as if she were hearing a stranger's story. Chapter 15. Sensing that Sam was in a bad mood, I asked him, "What's wrong, Sam?" Sam snapped out of it. "It's nothing, Alicia. I promise. I'll never keep anything from you again." Lily paused for 2 seconds, then awkwardly smiled and said, "Yeah, you should have told Alicia. Otherwise, if she gets jealous, it could affect your relationship." I remember back then, Alicia would always get jealous over me and Sam, caused quite a few funny scenes. Yeah, so she still remembers. Many years ago, Sam would often leave me behind for Lily, including that proposal. Back then, when things like that happened, I'd blow up, completely hysterical. I had to make a big scene, life or death, win or lose. At that time, I desperately wanted Sam to prove his love for me. I checked his phone, made him report his schedule, changed all his passwords to my birthday, insisted we use matching profile pictures. But now, I no longer need that kind of proof. In fact, I find it all a bit childish. After all, when it comes to love, it never needed to be proven. I shook my head. Haha, was I really that annoying back then? I don't even remember. Chapter 16. Sam had been restless these past few days. Maybe because Alicia was being too understanding. The Alicia from before couldn't tolerate even a grain of sand in her eye. The moment she heard he met with another girl, she would absolutely get mad. The Alicia from a few years ago was loud and intense, and she wouldn't stop until he proved he loved her, let alone meeting with Lily alone. Back then, the name Lily was Alicia's biggest trigger. Whenever Lily was mentioned, Alicia turned into a bristling kitten. When she got mad, Alicia would bite Sam's collarbone and wouldn't stop until she left a circle of love marks around his neck. But now, Alicia was in the kitchen cooking. While watching a show, she hummed a tune. In the pot, the millet porridge was bubbling away. His favorite. Yet he couldn't help but feel there was no love in that porridge anymore. As he thought about it, a strange, crawling feeling rose from his spine, like thousands of ants swarming into his chest. As if something invisible was quietly slipping away from him. Something he would never get back. Sam panicked. He hugged Alicia from behind and kissed her ear with force. "Alicia, let's get married," he repeated again. Alicia's body was soft. She responded to him warmly. Her kiss hadn't changed much from years ago. Soft, sweet, intoxicating. But that was all. "No, I still don't want to get married." Sam's heart sank heavily. "I'll wait for you." Though he said that aloud, deep down, he knew he might never get the chance. Chapter 17. 1 week later was the 1-year anniversary of Sam and me getting back together. He had been preparing for it well in advance. During that time, I resigned from my job. He thought I had finally decided to become a full-time housewife. "Not working is fine. I can afford to support you anyway." I didn't say anything. I didn't tell him the real reason I quit was because I'm leaving. He gave me his bank card. Back then, we fought over $1,000,000 yuan. Now, we'll never have to argue about money again. I'm looking at houses. Once we get married, we'll move into something bigger. He was joyfully imagining our future together. But in my future, he was never part of the plan. I'll tell him on our anniversary that I'm leaving. Let's end things peacefully. If we can't be lovers anymore, at least we can part as friends. Chapter 18. On our anniversary day. He left early. Alicia, I'll be waiting for you at the restaurant tonight. But I waited from 7 p.m. until 9 p.m. and he never showed up. Until I saw Lily's post on social media. Got in a car accident in that split second between life and death. Thank goodness you were there. The photo showed Sam holding her blood-covered body. Even with all that blood on her, she still had time and energy to take a photo and post it online. With that kind of tenacity, what could Lily possibly not succeed at? I honestly admired her from the bottom of my heart, then quietly gave her post a like. Miss, would you like us to keep holding the table? The waiter approached to ask. I only heard myself whispering, no need, don't wait anymore. I was originally going to tell Sam today, but my flight time changed. The departure is tomorrow morning. Chapter 19. Sam took Lily to the hospital. When he checked his phone, it was already 10 p.m. During that entire time, Alicia hadn't called him once, nor sent a single message. Sam immediately drove home. He opened the door, and everything inside the house looked exactly the same as when he left in the morning. Alicia's favorite plush slippers were neatly placed at the entrance. Her favorite throw pillow lay tilted on the sofa. Sam ran into the bedroom like a madman. Inside the wardrobe, Alicia's clothes were folded perfectly, stacked neatly on the shelves. Her bath products were still in the bathroom. Sam let out a breath of relief. Maybe she was just out with friends. That's why she hadn't come back yet. Even though it was so late, he pulled out his phone, opened the chat with Alicia. Their last conversation was still from that morning. Sam, wait for me tonight. I have a surprise for you. Alicia, Sam scrolled through the chat history. A wave of disorientation hit him. Why did it seem like, in all their recent conversations, he was always the one sending 10 messages, and Alicia only replied with 1 or 2 lines? Back then, he remembered years ago, it used to be Alicia sending dozens of messages, and him replying dismissively with a few perfunctory words. Sam suddenly realized, when you don't love someone anymore, you don't even want to say much to them. Sam panicked. No, impossible. He picked up his phone, listened again and again to the message on the other end. The number you have dialed is currently unavailable. That phrase felt like a poisoned arrow, piercing straight through his chest. Then he suddenly remembered something. He made another call at 11:30 p.m. The HR manager finally responded. Boss, what's the matter? Why are you contacting me so late? Sam's voice trembled as he asked. There was an employee named Alicia. She resigned last week. What reason did she give for quitting? The HR manager rubbed his sleepy eyes. She got an offer from some overseas university. Said she's going abroad to study. Might be gone for a few years. What's wrong, boss? Sam's phone slipped from his hand to the floor. He couldn't say another word. He was angry and panicked. Just because he'd met up with Lily a few times in private, Alicia decided to leave the country without telling him? Forget it. Alicia was always such a selfish person. She must have gotten jealous again. She always had such a strong possessiveness toward him. Sam slumped to the floor, on the bedside table. The engagement ring he used to propose to her sat quietly, but no matter how he looked at it, that ring looked hideous, totally unworthy of her. Chapter 20. To be honest, I'd imagined running into Sam again. He was always the kind of man who couldn't let things go. There's no way he'd just accept me leaving without saying a word. That day, I had just won first place again in a group project. I was in a great mood, wearing a brand new cashmere dress, with light but delicate makeup. I felt like a sweet, juicy peach, after dinner with my classmates. I had just stepped out of the restaurant's revolving door. When I saw Sam getting out of a car, I froze, stopped in my tracks. Sam was staring at me from afar. There was no hiding the exhaustion on his face. His features were sharp, and his eyes were bloodshot. He must not have slept in days, sat through a flight of more than 10 hours, and came straight to me the moment he landed. People flowed past behind us, in front of the old hotel. The fountain was spraying in full bloom. Someone was playing violin on the street corner. That moment felt like a slow-motion scene from a movie. Only this time, he and I weren't just extras passing by. We were the leads. Chapter 21. 10 minutes later. I invited him to sit down inside the restaurant. Long time no see. A shadow of stubble had appeared on his chin. It reminded me of years ago, back when he was still just a young boy. His very first razor. I bought it for him. We didn't have much money back then. I worked a whole summer job just to buy him that razor. He used to care about his appearance. But now, Alicia, I finally found you. I missed you so much. He raised his hand but then pulled it back down, maybe realizing it was too abrupt. Sam looked up. His eyes were bloodshot. You left without saying a word. I asked around everywhere. I looked for you everywhere. His voice cracked with emotion. He was on the verge of tears. His longing was real. His sorrow was real. I signaled the waiter to bring him a glass of water. I had thought about telling you. He fell silent. Chapter 22. There were so many times I wanted to tell him, but he always had something else going on. Taking care of Lily's sick daughter. Taking care of Lily when she was sick. Or dealing with Lily's divorce. He never gave me the chance. He let out a soft sigh. Forget it. Let's not bring up the past anymore. You left without saying goodbye. I won't hold it against you. Let's just let go of everything. All right? I tapped the tabletop with my fingertip. Was there really something between us in the past? The one who can't let go, isn't it you? Sam's brow furrowed tightly. No way. Alicia, you love me. I know you do. You just can't get over my relationship with Lily. I came here this time to tell you, I've drawn a clear line with her. Whatever happens with her from now on has nothing to do with me. He took out his phone, trying hard to prove his sincerity. Look. I've blocked all her contacts. We're completely done. No more communication. Just give me one more chance, please? Seeing that I remained unmoved, he once again pulled out that engagement ring. Alicia, marry me this time. Let's not miss each other again. Chapter 23. Before I could speak, a gentle voice called me from behind. Alicia. Who is he? I instinctively linked arms with the man beside me. Oh. Just an old friend from back home. Facing Sam's stunned expression, I introduced calmly, my fiancé, Eric. Chapter 24. After I came to Country M, I rarely thought of Sam. I rented an apartment, checked in at the university. Everything in life went on in order. But in the second month after I arrived, a fire suddenly broke out in my apartment. Flames raged. I was trapped inside the rental unit. Thick smoke quickly invaded my lungs. At that moment, the apartment door was kicked open. A man in sportswear scooped me up into his arms. It was Eric. Eric is a name I gave him. He also has another name, Eden. Eric is mixed race. He has blood from 3 different countries, with thick brows and big eyes, tall and well-built. And coincidentally, he goes to the same school as me. He's 2 years below me. During those days in the hospital, he ran around for me every day, when my language skills were still limited. He helped me deal with school matters, negotiated with my landlord, and in the end, handled the apartment compensation flawlessly. In the 3rd month, Eric confessed to me. My best friend saw a picture of him and instantly started shipping us as a couple. Girl, what are you still thinking about? If you say no to someone this handsome, are you blind? With that face and that body, I'd say yes even if it only lasted 5 seconds. I teased her with a smile. What are you talking about? We're not at that stage yet. Besides, I'm a conservative woman. My best friend smirked mischievously. Maybe you just haven't experienced the charm of Western boys yet. I sighed. I don't think I even have the capacity to love anymore. She snapped at me. Are you insane, Alicia? You'd give up the whole forest for one stupid tree? Just give it a try. How else will you know how sweet the flowers out there smell? All right, I figured, might as well try. I didn't turn him down, and Eric began to pursue me, boldly and openly. His love came fast and fierce. Very soon, everyone at school knew he was after me. He was passionate and romantic, but also respectful. He was careful with my emotions. Sometimes Eric felt like a loyal little puppy. Sometimes he was mature enough to solve all my problems. He knew a lot, helped me a great deal with both academics and life, but he also gave me enough space to handle things on my own. Eventually, I said yes. He proposed last week, as I lay in his arms. I asked, "Don't you think this is too fast?" Eric looked into my eyes seriously. "When it's the right person, even a minute, even a second, feels too long. I'm afraid of losing her." When I heard that, something struck my soul. My whole body trembled. I remembered many years ago, I once asked someone the same thing. I asked him when we were going to get married. He said, "Let's wait a bit longer. Wait until we have more money. Wait until we buy a house. Wait until our jobs are stable. Wait until I take care of some things first." He kept telling me to wait, and I waited for years. Turns out, when you really love someone, you don't want to wait even a second. You want time to stop. So the whole world only has you and me. Eric gently kissed my lips. "Alicia, I love you, so I don't want to wait a single day. I wish the world would end now, at least. On the day the world ends, we'd still be in love." And finally, my tears fell, with blessings from everyone around. I said those words. I do. Chapter 25. Eric was humorous and graceful during those 10 minutes sitting with Sam. He kept claiming his territory every moment. "My fiancé, oh no, now my wife. We've already planned to go to Norway for our honeymoon next month. We're planning to have 2 kids later. Not that I want to, it's mostly because my wife likes the idea of having 2 girls. My wife is amazing at Chinese cuisine, but I rarely let her cook. Those hands of hers don't belong in the kitchen. Cooking? That's a man's job." Eric spoke eloquently and with ease, and the light in Sam's eyes finally dimmed, inch by inch. Chapter 26. Sam was leaving. Eric said he'd walk him out. I teased with a smile. "Aren't you afraid I'll run away?" Eric gave my waist a firm squeeze. "I'm confident you won't run." That day, New York was blanketed in heavy snow. Sam stood alone in the falling snow, his head lowered. Soon, a light layer of snow settled on his eyelashes. "I'm leaving." I nodded. "Safe travels." He reached out, wanting to hug me, but glancing at Eric beside me, he put his hand down. Sam stepped forward and patted Eric's arm. "Treat her well, or I'll come take her back anytime." Eric smiled. "I won't give you that chance." Sam gave a bitter smile. He turned to me and said goodbye. As he passed by, he said, "I'm sorry, I still ended up losing you." I watched his flight take off. The plane cut across the sunset sky and eventually disappeared beyond the horizon. Eric asked me, "Are you sad, Alicia?" I hugged him. "No, not sad. Truly, not anymore. The days when I felt the saddest had already passed long ago." Chapter 27. On the plane, Sam felt like his heart had been hollowed out. After that, he never heard any news about Alicia again. Not because he couldn't find it, but because he didn't dare look. He was afraid that Alicia's happiness would sting his eyes. So it turned out that even after losing him, Alicia could still live so brightly. Years later, Sam went on another business trip to Country M. He visited the university where Alicia had graduated. That day happened to be the school's centennial celebration. Graduates had returned to their alma mater. Sam saw Alicia on the school's official social media page. At that moment, she was a professor of marine biology, studying the impact of ocean currents on the climate. Her husband Eric was always by her side. The school's account had published a photo of the two of them. The woman was gentle and serene. The man, handsome and elegant. They also had 2 daughters, biracial, and as beautiful as porcelain dolls. In just a few short years, it felt like a lifetime had passed for Sam. So this was his Alicia, so accomplished. Back when they were together, he only saw her as a little girl who hadn't grown up. He never expected that after leaving him, she would shine this brightly. Cheers rang out at the school gate. The school had invited back this fairy tale couple. Through the crowd, Sam caught a distant glimpse of Alicia. Eric stood protectively beside her, shielding her from being jostled. Even after so many years of marriage, he still treated her like a precious treasure. Alicia hadn't changed much. After all these years, She was still so young, as if time had left no mark on her face. Sam suddenly recalled a saying, "Loving someone is like tending to a flower. The more care you give, the more beautiful it becomes. But some people only remember to water the flower when it's already withered. By then, it's too late." Just then, a small child holding a basket of flowers tugged on Sam's sleeve. "Mister, buy a bouquet for your wife?" Sam bent down and said, "I don't have a wife." The child blinked, eyes darting. "Then buy it for the person you wish to see." Sam paused, and then bought them all. Chapter 28. After finishing the speech, I returned to the room. Eric had already made me a cup of hot ginger tea. "Hug for my wife. You've worked hard, sweetheart." I held the cup in my hands, then turned and saw the flowers on the table. It was a large bouquet of daisies. I asked Eric, "Who are these from?" Eric shook his head. "No idea, babe. They were already here when I came in." Inside the basket, there was a note. Only 3 words were written. "Congratulations to you. I think I know who sent them." I placed the flowers in the corner. "It's okay, not important." Eric kissed my forehead. "Not pretty at all. My wife hasn't liked daisies in a long time. Tomorrow, I'll go buy you a huge bouquet of lilies, okay?" I kissed him back, then glanced at the daisies by my feet, picked without care, and left without being tended to. The little daisies had already withered. Their petals and leaves fell with a single touch. Looking closer, some parts were even crawling with tiny bugs. I hugged Eric tightly, leaning into his ear. I whispered, "Okay,